Okay, so we just got back from the Armada Flea Market today. We were right. It was a very hot day. It's about 92 degrees here. We're in southeast Michigan, and it's the early part of August, so it's pretty hot right now. We can have really super cold winters and really hot summers here in this part of the country. When you're watching the weather forecast, you're going to know super hot days, people are going to try to pack up and leave a little earlier. It's always best to get there. And man, I walked out with about 15 pounds of produce there for $12. So I know how much work that goes into growing veg. Man, I know how hard it is. I know what happens from the beginning of the year until it's harvested. I mean, these farmers start right from plowing the fields and picking up the rocks and the big stones out of the field to clear the field, to plant the veg, the cost of the seed. They're composting. Then they've got to make sure that they're irrigating if we have a bit of a drought. And then they're out there harvesting, walking behind a slow-moving flatbed trailer, whacking down big, huge heads of cabbage and throwing them in the back of the pickup truck or the flatbed, and doing that about 100 times, bending over and picking. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need your CrossFit, and they are working hard. And then they've got to fill up their tank with gas, get up at 4:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and head on out here to the market to meet me, who they're going to sell me a head of that cabbage for $1.50. The farmers just aren't charging enough money for what they do from what I see. I know what they're doing. I know they know how to run their business, but boy, I would be happy to pay more. So if you're thinking about selling at the local farmers market and you want to bring your food product there, it's best to talk to the farmers market manager first. Find out what the rules and regulations are. I know as far as a veg farmer, the farmers usually get together once a year for a nice big harvest dinner, and they decide, let's not all just grow tomatoes. Let's have a nice diversification of produce there at the market so that they can satisfy all the needs of the customers without oversaturating the market. So if you are thinking about bringing your food product to a farmer's market, it's best to consult with the market manager and find out how many other food vendors are there that are selling pies. How many other food vendors, maybe you want to bring your jam. Is there already an abundance of jam or jellies out there at the farmer's market? You think about, your competition there. What are you up against? Will they even allow you to come in with that same product that everybody else is carrying? So today we were talking to Lori, the maple syrup lady, and she was telling me that she wanted to start making maple sugar and nuts that were coated with her maple syrup. And so that sounds really delicious to me. I think that's great, and it's a great idea for her to want to diversify a little bit instead of just selling one item, her maple syrup. Of course, she had a lot of different colors of maple syrup. We talked about the light colored maple syrup, the amber and the dark, but hey, I told her snow cones and all kinds of different maple products there at her booth. If she's the maple syrup lady there, she needs to be known as the maple syrup lady, and let's go there for all of our maple items. It's exciting to see that people are thinking about other items and other things that they can do. You never know what your product can lead you into. When we talked to C.R. Franz today, it was a great experience to watch him market his product, and you didn't even really realize that he was quote-unquote marketing his product, right? It's not like he had some stellar marketing training and maybe he worked at Neiman Marcus or something and learned how to really sell that product. He was just acting himself. He was natural. He had a natural conversation going with those couples. As he was talking, other people that were standing around his table or walking by in the vicinity could also hear what he was saying. They might not have purchased. In fact, I don't think they did purchase, did they? But other people were hearing this and they might come back to his booth. It's always great when you have an opportunity to talk about your product, whether the people buy or not. It's like doing a commercial. It's advertising your product. He was really quiet and sitting in his chair. When I was there, I was a little louder, standing up, talking, really trying to broadcast to everybody, because I knew everybody around, their heads were turning. What is she saying about that apple pie? What I felt was really cool was that his grandson that was sitting right next to him heard everything that Grandpa was saying. So Mr. Franz was also training his grandson. So when it's time for his grandson to take over, he's going to know exactly what to say and how to say it. And that's really important too. What you say is important, but how you say it is golden. I thought Mr. Franz did a great job talking about all of the benefits of his honey. So if you thought I brought you some value today, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and share it with your friends.